Hello everyone. I hope you've had a fantastic week. For this episode of Flashback Friday Palette, I'm going to go ahead and use my Urban Decay Naked Honey palette. I really do adore this one. It is still available. It is my favorite palette from Urban Decay that's still available. I have one from the Oz Great and Powerful collection that they had. That one's my favorite. So I figured we would go ahead and do a look today. I'm going to go ahead and pull my hair back and then I'll be right back. I did prime my eyes with the Urban Decay eyeshadow primer potion in anti-aging. I am also going to pull from my collection, and I will double check and leave it down in the cards. I think that this was limited edition. This is a Laura Mercier Caviar Stick, and this is in the shade Beaming. It just kind of goes with the look I want to do. I'm going to lower the camera down a little bit so you're going to see a little bit of a different angle. I'm trying to keep my face up a little bit higher because I've noticed that there's been closed captions. So that's what I'm doing. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to apply some of the Caviar Stick to my eye. And I'm just going to glide it on. And then I will blend it out using an Alamar flat brush. This would also work as a wonderful base. Using a Moda Pro M14 brush, I am going to dip into the shade Keeper. It's this color right there. And I am going to place it up on my crease. And slightly above. And I'm going to diffuse the color as it gets a little bit lighter on my brush. Now I typically dip into my shadows 2 or 3 times, just depending on the level of coverage that I want. It doesn't mean that the eyeshadow is not pigmented. I also go in with a very light hand. And then I'm just going to go back and forth to diffuse that color. And if you notice just a bit of shimmer, the shadow itself does not have the shimmer. It is transferring from that base, and I'm okay with that because it's not a terribly, because I like shimmer for one. So using a LaRousse LR005 brush, I'm going to go into the shade Flyby and Sweet. These two here, and mix them up. Or mix them together, not mix them up. I just want to go up by my brow bone. With a Luxie 231 brush, I'm going to go into the shade Sting. It's going to be this color right there. This is going the outer V, and I'm just going in round circular motions. I've been dealing with a headache for the past 2 days, Nothing really seems to be helping. So if at times my thought process goes off a little bit, or I don't say a correct term, that's why. With a Real Techniques brow highlighting brush, I'm going to go into the shade Queen. It's this shade right there. And I am just making sure my brush is completely saturated with it. I'm going to the outer portion of my eye. I'm not going to cover the entire outer V because I want to keep that darker color sting there. I'll get just a little bit closer. Let's show you what I'm doing. I really like this color. It is stunning. Going back to that Moda Pro M14 brush, I'm dipping back into Keeper ever so slightly. Just going right above the shadows I just laid down. Blend them out, give them a little bit more depth and definition there, in my opinion. Now, grabbing a Vasanti eyeshadow brush, I'm going into the shade Honey, and I'm going to place this right over in here, and it's going to cover up the Laura Mercier color I put on, but that has proven to be a very nice base, and it will help that color be as bold as I want it to be. And I'm just going to go slightly up onto the crease, just in that one spot. Going back to that Real Techniques brush, going back into the shade Queen, just at the edge of Honey, the shade I just put down, just to get it to blend and look more blended. Flipping that Vasanti brush over, I am going to go ahead and use the shade, I'm going to use the shade HB Icy, unless I don't like it, and then I'll put a different shade on. I'm just putting this at the tail end. There we go. And then I don't like it, so I'm going to go ahead and use the shade Golden. With a Chanel number 15 brush, I'm going into the shade Hive. This I am placing under my lower lash line. Wiping the excess off, and I'm going into Swarm. It's right there. Putting that slightly underneath. With a Luxie 221 brush, I am going into the shade Sting. And this is just going directly under my lower lash line. Sorry. With that Vasanti shadow brush, I'm dipping into Flyby. I just want to go right at the very inner part of the eyelid, just to lighten that up a bit. With a Sigma E41 and Complex Cultures Good Lighting highlighter duo that I got in January, Ipsy, I'm going to go into that lighter shade with this brush. Put it in their corner here. All right, I'm going to finish the rest of my eyes off camera, and I will be right back to show you the finished look. Here's the finished look before I put my hair down. I just wanted to show you it. I will be right back to show you what I'm going to look like. So I like the way this turned out. I truly do. To finish this look off, on my upper lash line is the Araceli Ojos Perfectos liquid eyeliner in coffee or cafe. It is a very nice eyeliner. I used the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Eye Pencil in a limited edition shade Amber. I don't think that this is available anymore, but it did, if memory serves correctly, it did go with this collection. And I put this on my lower waterline. For my upper waterline, I did use the Lancome Le Crayon Coal in the shade, I'm pretty sure it's coffee, black coffee, and an upper waterline, if I didn't say that already. For my lips, I used a combination of a couple of things. I tried to use the new Natasha Denona to see if it would look better. It did not. So I went ahead and used the colored Rain, and this is Huntress. Now this is a little bit darker than I wanted, so I went ahead and then put it on. I dabbed it off with some tissues, and I went over it with an Anastasia Beverly Hills, with my Anastasia Beverly Hills lip gloss in Summer Vibes. It just lightened it up a bit. So I like the outcome of this whole entire look. I want to keep doing this series and trying to pull products that I currently own. I find that I'm getting kind of in a rut. I do have a lot of newer eyeshadow palettes I need to review. There hasn't been any that have really screamed my name out on the market. However, if there's something that you guys want to see, or a palette or anything like that, just let me know. I know I'm not really interested in the new Urban Decay one. I'll get it if that's what you guys want, but I have colors like that already in my collection that I could pull from. I just have so much. But again, just let me know if that's something that you're interested in, and I would look into it. I enjoyed doing this look today. Hopefully this will give you some inspiration if you do have this palette or a palette similar to this. Like I said, I like the way it turned out. I really do like this palette. I think it's the best Urban Decay Naked palettes out there. If you're new here, I do want to thank you for stopping by checking out my video. If you liked my content, there is a subscribe button right down below that you can go ahead and hit. There's also a bell notification right next to that. If you click on that bell notification, it will let you know when I upload my next video. I do Monday, Wednesdays, Fridays. Typically, there are days or weeks where I don't get quite 3, and then there's weeks where I might do 4 or 5. I just want to thank everybody who's watched this video and made it to the end. Thank you for spending some time with me. It really, truly means the world. I love you guys so, so much. You mean everything to me. If you wouldn't mind, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. It does help me out. I do have a goal of reaching 1,000 subscribers this year, and also 4,000 hours of watch time, so that I can get monetized, because I love giving back to you guys. And if I get monetized, that means I can buy some more products, and then, you know, can do more giveaways, which is what I really want to do, because, you know, especially now, it'd be nice to get some stuff. And I truly appreciate it, and I like you guys to know how much I appreciate you guys. Anyway, I will see you in my next video. I hope you all have a fun and exciting weekend. Stay healthy, be safe, and be kind. And I will see you next time. Bye, guys. Mwah. Much love.